On this day in Seventh Day Adventist history, February 1, 1814, William Miller was born on February 15th of 1782 in Pittsfield, Massachusetts. His parents were Captain William Miller, the veteran of the American Revolution, and Paulina, the daughter of Ethel Phelps. When he was 4 years old, his family moved to rural New Hampshire, New York. Miller was educated at home by his mother until the age of 9, when he attended the newly established East Poultry District School. Miller is not known to have undertaken any type of formal study after the age of 18, though he continued to read widely. As a youth, he had access to the private libraries of Judge James Witherall and Congressman Matthew Lyon in nearby Fairhaven, Vermont, as well as that of Alexander Crankshaft of White Hill, New York. In 1803, Miller married Lucy Smith and moved to her nearby hometown of Poultry, where he took up farming. While in Poultney, Miller was elected to a number of civil offices, starting with the office of constable. In 1809, he was elected to the office of deputy sheriff, and at an unknown date was elected justice of the peace. Miller served in the Vermont militia and was commissioned as lieutenant on July 21, 1810. He was reasonably well off, owning a house, land, and at least 2 horses. Shortly after his move to Poultney, Miller rejected his Baptist heritage and became a deist. In his biography, Miller records his conversion. "I became acquainted with the principal men in that village, who were professedly deists, but they were good citizens and of a moral and serious deportment. They put into my hands the works of Voltaire, Home, Thomas Paine, Ethan Allen, and other deistical writers." At the outbreak of 1812, Miller raised a company of local men and traveled to Burlington, Vermont. He transferred to the 30th Infantry Regiment in the regular Army of the United States with the rank of lieutenant. Miller spent most of the war working as a recruiter, and on February 1, 1814, he was promoted to captain. He saw his first action at the Battle of Plattsburgh, where vastly outnumbered American forces overcame the British. The fort I was in was exposed to every shot. Bombs, rockets, and shrapnel shells fell as thick as hailstones, he said. One of those many shots had exploded 2 feet from him, wounding 3 of his men and killing another. But Miller survived without a scratch. Miller came to view the outcome of this battle as miraculous, and therefore at odds with his deistic view of the distinct God far removed from human affairs. He later wrote, "It seemed to me that the Supreme Being has watched over the interests of the country in a special manner and delivered us from the hands of our enemies." So surprisingly, as a result, against such odds, did seem to me like the work of a mightier power than man. On this day, February 1, 1814, William Miller is promoted to captain of the Vermont militia.